All right, what's good, YouTube? So I'm gonna go over this music review really quick. A couple of you guys asked me my opinions on Yeat's new album, so I went ahead and checked it out. Ran through it one time and just kind of went through the songs that I liked first, and then now I'm gonna kind of run through it again and kind of really start listening to the songs that I picked out. But I'm gonna give it my first take like review. So pretty much I went through it already. I went through each song. I listened through all of them. There's some that I like. There's some I don't like. And pretty much I'm just gonna give an overall critique, kind of my I guess reaction or my thought process on the on each album. So overall, let me see. There's 22 songs on this album, right? Let's get over here. Yeah, 22 songs, right? So let's see. How many did I end up downloading after listening to it the first time? That's usually how I figure out how to kind of grade and rate these songs. So I downloaded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 out of the 22 songs. Well, that makes my math easy. That would give it like a 50%, like a 50% rating. It's just kind of on the fence, and that's kind of actually exactly how I feel about this album. Is I'm kind of on the fence about it. Like I like it, and I like his music, and I like his previous music. I like him as an artist and whatnot. However, there's some things that I don't like that are so substantial. It takes away from the substantial things that I do like, and so that's kind of what I want to talk about because I noticed a couple of things in his music and his style that I like and and there's things that I dislike, and I think that's what kind of keeps me on the fence with them. So to first, let's start off with the things that we'll go through the things I dislike, and then we'll go over to the things that I do like. I like to leave on a better note. So the things that I dislike is like, I've seen other people kind of say this in about his music and other comments and comment sections and whatnot, or like whenever he releases stuff. But man, I there's times on songs that I really have no idea what he's saying. I have no idea. I really could not even begin to tell you what he said, or kind of what is even the cadence of what he's trying to say. Like I sometimes he's just like he's got me completely lost because I can't understand what he's saying. And I know it's part of his style and it's kind of like his way of doing it and putting his sauce on it. But dude, like you gotta be audible, man. You got like I can't even understand what some of them are saying or what he's saying sometimes, and then sometimes I can't even hear what he's saying because of the beat, right? Um, I don't know. That's just the main thing, and then sometimes it sounds like he's saying something that is just totally off and doesn't make sense to what it's just like when you have one thought going in this direction and all of a sudden you just went that way. Sometimes that's happened in some of the songs. Um, but that's the biggest takeaway that I can take is that I dislike that like I can't understand what he's saying. Like, and I know he's saying something, but I can't tell if he's either messing up and just kind of running over it. And he's like, all right, this is my style, this is my flow. People have grown accustomed to it. I'm just gonna run with it. Or if it's like he's saying something, but we just can't catch it because of his rap style. I don't know. But like there's times I just don't know it at all what he's saying. Right. Another thing that I kind of dislike about this album is the fact that he has well the main thing that another thing I dislike about this is that a lot of these songs sound very similar and the same. Like I know his beats are going to sound pretty similar and the same because a lot of them come from the same producer and they're all kind of making beat style beats and whatnot. And so of course it's going to all sound the same, but some of them sound pretty repetitive, and then some of the songs themselves on top of that sound repetitive. And then when you add the combination of not knowing what he's saying, it's just more or less like there's a lot of stuff and fluff songs. So there's 22 songs, but as you can see, I only liked 11. And I've mentioned this before in my other videos. Had he just narrowed it down to 11 songs on this album, 11 songs on this album, that would split the ratio a little bit better, and that would look better. Even if I ended up only liking five on one and six on the other, and then it still comes out to being like a 50-50 ratio, it looks better when you got two different albums, two different pieces of art to put out there, and it still grow. It still allows you to grow and become a bigger artist while still putting out the same stuff. Like if this was two different albums, think about it. He put one out at the beginning of the year, let it do its thing all the way up, kind of halfway through summer, and then start talking about another one, kind of towards the end of summer, coming into the winter time. It may drop it before the year ends or right at the beginning of the next year to kind of start that. That's actually how artists and rappers do it. They kind of keep it in season to where it's like a revolving door. It's like I put something out, it's starting to fizzle out. Now I'm talking about something, and now that's starting to get to a point where it needs to pop. So I throw it out there. Now my old stuff is completely dead, and now I've already got other stuff. Like you got to keep it ongoing like that. I think when you have 22 songs and a bunch of songs on an album, it's more of like what the artist is trying to do is just shotgun blast you with a bunch of different songs so that all right, let's see which one of these hit, right? Whereas I feel like you should be more strategic as an artist and be more of the equivalent of a rifle and pick your shots. Like if you got 22 songs and you want to put out one album, maybe you should only put out the 11 of these songs. The other ones are used for like you just use as snippet teasers and things like that. Kind of how Cardi teases you with a song and never puts it out and stuff like that to keep his attention going. Like you may want to use it for things like that, or either like just songs and singles that you just throw out there. It's like here, here's a throwaway, here's a throwaway, here's a throwaway in between the albums. But I don't, and I also don't like the length of this the album. I think that's too many songs, like 22 songs, and they almost all sound very similar or to the same. And some of the songs I don't know what you're saying. Like there were some times throughout these songs I just kind of had to, all right, let me just continue to listen to the song because I know I got to get through it to see that hear the next one to get to say that I gave the song a fair shake, but I feel like I heard this song already. And then some of these songs are a little bit lengthier in time as well. So like that one's pretty long, right? And these 3 minute long ones, like that's kind of long for a song if you're going to be a mumble rapper essentially, and just kind of putting out like first take freestyles and you high and not audible and not kind of quite coherent, not all the way there. Might put something out that's kind of like if you're gonna make that style of rap, I suggest you not make lengthier songs because that just gives me a longer time to listen to you kind of fumble your words and fumble across the beat and then throw little darts of good bars and stuff. So it kind of keeps me hooked a little bit to see how this is going to continue. But at the end, it still is just a long song that is just kind of still mid. So I would suggest shortening some of these songs if he's going to rap it in the style of this. Um, and then just like I think he should focus more on trying to make like he like well I'll explain everything that's good. Like I don't know. It's just the main thing, the main takeaway that takes so much from him, even though he's a really great artist. I really like his stuff. But his main takeaway is that he's not audible, and then he's not very coherent. And then sometimes, like I say, the music is just kind of like what did you say? Like it, like what like I don't even know what was just said. You know what I mean? Like that is the main thing that I can take away from this. And then having all these songs, and then some of the songs kind of be more of like fluff and stuff songs like I say, he's trying to shotgun blast you and see if there's how many hits can I get out of this. If I throw out cast a wide net, then I should be able to catch something. You know what I mean? It's kind of how that is, right? So now to kind of hop over to things that I do like, because there's a lot that I do like. His number one, his beat selection is phenomenal. His beat selection, there is not a single beat on here that I disliked. There's one song that I disliked the most, which I think is this one right here. Myself, and it's more of like a I don't know. I think it was like a kind of like a guitar sounding song or something like a singing type song. I just wasn't a fan of that, and that was my least favorite beat, and it still was a good beat. But his beat selection is great. Like these are excellent beats, especially given his style, his cadence, and how he raps, because he's very melodic. So like I will give him that. Sometimes he's rapping, he's not saying anything at all whatsoever, but because it's so melodic, it's like it's catchy, it sounds good, and it hooks you in. And it's just because he puts it. He's really good at putting a song together and making you a piece of art with this song even but he's not saying anything. If he just tweaked it to where every song he's saying something and it's like every bar is something like there's like these last two songs or yeah these two right here money type money and demon tide those two from off the top of my head that I can remember that was like all right these are really solid songs. These sound like really good solid songs as far as his style, how he raps and how he puts stuff together while still maintaining his uniqueness to the T, but putting something a really good piece of art out. That's what I remember those two. There's other ones that I like too as well. Like don't get me wrong, um, but I remember those two in particular. Like these sound like really good, solid songs. But I think the I think he has the potential to be able to make music that could be like a mainstream type of sound or something that you could possibly potentially hear on the radio at some point. But I think given his style and how his genre and how he raps, I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna make that branch or that bridge. I think he's gonna continue to make music like this, and this is what the best of Yeat. This is all we're gonna see from Yeat. I don't foresee him changing his style drastically enough to where it is more of it keeps that melodic sound, but it still has more lyric to it. Like if you listen to his older music, there's a lot of older songs where you could hear every single word and syllable to what he was saying, what he was rapping. You knew everything, right? But there's literally songs that have gone viral where it's almost like a meme because he rapped and then you can't tell what he said. Like he said, like it sounds like that sometimes. Like that's my only takeaway, and the reason why I take so much away from it for me personally is because I've heard the old music, so I know he has the capability of rapping and being melodic, but he is rapping and being melodic over here, but it's like he's more focused on the melodic sound and making it sound a certain way and giving you that style, which is him, which is great. I love it, but that we lost some lyricism from the old Yeat to the new Yeat, and I'm not talking old Yeat like within the last couple of years. It's several much older songs that I wish I could just name one off the top of my head. I'll try to find one on my phone quickly, but there's several Yeat songs that are older ones that I was just I like and I know from let's see here, and I know from older songs that he has the capability, what I'm saying, to make different songs. So something like what's that one song? It may be on one of these albums like Sleep Talking. I think that's what it is. And yeah, it might be, let me see. Yeah, it might be one of those. I don't want to play it because I don't want to have any problems of, any type of copyrights. But I want to say, but that album, like on Alive or something like that, or something like I'm So Me, that older style, or Wake Up Call. Yeah, those styles of Yeat songs, if you go back and listen to those, you'll understand what I'm saying because you'll hear those songs and you'll be like, okay, he has the capability to rap and be lyrical and it be a catchy song, like something that you vibe to, something you can absolutely hear on the radio. If he took that part of the lyricism and brought it over to this style, this new style that he's rapping with now, and he combines those two and makes a song, yeah, absolutely, yeah, Yeat will make a hit, be on the radio, and you'll that would be a new major rapper, almost like a Playboy Cardi, a little Yachty, or something like that. Somebody that just blew up and popped off of the SoundCloud sound, right? If he was able to take the old lyricism and this new melodic style and mesh them together, I think he would pop off. But if he just keeps this new melodic style and keeps with this kind of mumble rap, not quite lyrical, I don't think it's going to work out for him. But again, getting back to things I like is definitely the beat selection, his melodic ability to make a song, and then I've always liked his art. Man, his arts has always been really cool and definitely interesting. And I definitely will give him, even though I can't understand what he's saying some of these songs, in some parts of most of these songs, because it's every song there's a part that I just don't know what he said. I will say the way that he portrays the flow and how he raps about it, and when you're listening to it, you can't help but head bob and be like, this is like I don't know what he said, but that was hard. Like that this is hard because I'm like it is that's why I say the in other videos the producer has a longer shelf life than a rapper. I don't care what anybody says. The beats are what makes the songs. His beat selection is absolutely the reason why his melodicism and the way he's able to get away with being less lyrical and have this really cool, really different melodic sound and rap the way that he does. So hats off to you, Yeat, on that. I absolutely would definitely want to work with Yeat. If I ever send him some beats or anything like that. I've never sent beats or even tried to interact or contact Yeat or anything like that. But I definitely would work with him. I really do like his music. I like his beat selection. I definitely like to see a little bit more collabs. I wish I would have seen a little couple more features. Like I don't know if he's got beef with other people or anything like that, but I think him and maybe like a song would be good. Him and like Summers and Autumn, probably that combination would be good if you want to stay in the SoundCloud type of sound. Him and Lil Key would have been a great kind of pair as far as music. I think that would have really been something to hear. Or rest in peace, Lil Key. That would have been really nice, especially if he could get on his a little bit more melodic or a little bit more lyrical, and they both hop on there if they're different type of melodic styles. Yeah, that'd have been a nice especially if they got together and made a project, a Lil Keed and Yeat project. That would have been a nice. That would probably been a nice little project, to be honest with you, on some really nice little wavy beats like this that both of them can rap to. That would been that would be pretty good. I definitely out of a rating of 1 through 10, I probably give this Yeat album. If you had to back me in the corner, honestly, personally, I really would give it a 5. A 5 to me is like average. It's just, it's not bad, it's not good. It's like it's just an average album. I would give it a 5. But with the beat selection, the uniqueness to being melodic, and his style, I'll give him a 6, a strong 6.5, something like that. But I can't give him quite a 7 or anything past that, simply because I cannot understand what he's saying in a majority of the beats, and I hate that, because I really do want to like this and give it a little like this more than what I do, and give it a higher rating, because I really like the style and what he does with his music. I just cannot understand what he's saying, and for me, I cannot give my stamp of approval and a high check mark for something that I cannot understand. You know what I mean? I just cannot understand what he's saying sometimes, and sometimes I think he's just first time rapping, and he's in the booth, and he's in the studio, and he's probably off of a lot of different drugs and whatnot, or whatever else he's got going on, or too turned, too geeked, and that's why his name, his song names are like this. I'm guessing, are his how he portrays himself. And he's too turned and too lit, and he just kind of throws something together, but it sounds good to how he's styling. I truly feel like if he could get a little bit more lyricism into the this melodic style, he'll pop off, and you probably hear a Yeat song on the radio at some point. It still could happen. I'm not saying it won't or anything like that. I'm not saying any of these songs won't pop off. One of these songs could blow up. This hasn't been out very long, but I will say, if he's able to combine those two, that would do him some justice. Like I said, I give him a 6, 6.5, but that's just because I like his uniqueness and his style. But truthfully, I feel like it's more of like a 5. To be honest, I think it's just average. I think it's just regular as far as comparing it to other SoundCloud rappers, underground type of rappers, people that are popping and bubbling. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got for you guys. Don't want to keep you too much longer. This video is a little bit longer. But that's it. You know what I'm saying? Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. What's your favorite Yeat song on here? Or what's your favorite Yeat song in general? What else do you guys want me to critique, or get my 2 cents on? Or what do you want to see next week for a video topic? But that's pretty much all I got for you guys, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to follow me on all my social media, it's Milan Makes Beats. If I got it, you'll find me. If I don't, you won't. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm enjoying making these videos. It's been almost 2 years now. I went back and scrolled through some of my videos, and I've been making stuff for you guys for almost 2 years now. And so that's really cool that you guys have been watching and supporting me and continuously watching every Sunday. So I'm loving. I appreciate the love, and I hope that continues. So that's all I got for you guys today. So y'all stay safe and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Peace.